Hello, you guys. So, all right, we are super casual up in here. I would like to upload more often on this channel. I could get even more informal than this. Like some days I'm like, I really don't feel like combing my hair or putting on makeup, but I want to talk to you guys. But you know, I put makeup on because, you know, I was filming a makeup video anyway. But let us talk about some beauty products that I have emptied thus far. And I'm in my office and I know it looks like I'm being overcome by these plants here, but I have a whole bunch of these plants here because I'm having a Jamaica themed party for my birthday. And Michael's had these huge, let me show you these trees. These huge Montserrat trees. They were originally $200, but you know you never pay full price for anything at Michael's. But the original price, the ticket price was $200, but I got them on clearance for $40. I think they were on sale for $60, and then I got them on clearance for $40. 4 of them, I ain't gonna lie, I did contemplate getting 2 more, but I've gone to like 5 or 6 Michael's stores already within the course of like 2 days. I was like on a Michael's store. That's my mama. Actually, since y'all like my mama on it. 1 minute later. I'm filming. Say hi to my people.
Hi everybody.
They enjoyed you in the last video, so I said, well, since you calling, I'll put you on camera. But I'm pretty sure you calling because there's a thunderstorm. You want to make sure I'm inside.
Definitely, that's why I called you.
All right, well, I'm filming, so I'm gonna talk to you. Bye. But anyway, I am wearing items from the lip bar. If you go on my shorts, there should be a video of me putting these on. But the lip bar, I didn't realize that they had liquid blush. I think this is Cheek Freak, or it could say Queen Freak. That's another thing about being over 40. But what I love about this is that as someone with deeper skin, when it comes to blush, I normally wear bright colored blush. Bright orange, bright red, bright pink, bright purple. Sometimes I'll wear something that's like a burnt orange kind of color, but usually I wear something that's really intense because the more intense colors are gonna show up properly on deeper skin. I always say the darker your skin, the brighter your blush should be. But this shocked me because, well, one, it looked different in person than what I thought it was gonna look like from seeing it online. But putting this on, this is like a very pretty, I don't want to say understated because it looks beautiful, but I guess I could say understated in comparison to, you know, the brighter colors that I normally would wear. And it's like such a it's just so pretty. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna put a little blush on, and meanwhile, like, you're serving cheeks, okay? Then I have on the lip kit. They did a collaboration with Coco Jones. I believe there's more than one. I think there's at least 2 of these lip kits, but I got the nude lip kit, which comes with these items. I'm surprised y'all could even see me. You know what? Look at this short because I can't see. I'll link this stuff in the description. I can't see what this stuff says. My glasses are in the other room. You know, my eyesight, seeing things close up, has dwindled with age, and so has my patience, which we're trying to read things. But I love this combo. It's so pretty, but I did shoot it in proper lighting on a short, so, you know, check that out. Hopefully I ain't gotta bring the light in here, because the whole point of this like super casual thing was that I didn't have to put up a bunch of equipment and whatnot. All right, so here's some items that I've emptied recently. Now, I gotta give you my empty product spiel, because, you know, like, so that we are on the same page. Now, certain products are easier to empty than others, okay? So, like, for instance, a sunscreen is probably easier for me to empty because, you know, I'm constantly putting sunscreen on, especially a body sunscreen. Facial sunscreen sometimes can be easy for me to finish. However, if I'm in a season where I'm trying out a bunch of different sunscreens for the channel, obviously it's gonna, you know, take me longer to finish those up. Cleansers are easy for me to empty. There's just like certain product categories that it's so much faster for me to finish out a product, okay? As you will see. Also, just because I didn't finish a product doesn't necessarily mean that I didn't like it. It's just that certain things, it's like, god damn, like, how much product is in here? Like, face powders, like especially loose powder. It's like, oh my God, like I'm almost done with a Laura Mercier powdered translucent medium deep powder. And even then there's still like so much powder in there. It's like, when will I ever finish this powder? So, you know, that's that on that. But first, I'll start out with, well, it is all skincare. All right, so I've showed you me finishing these Olay cleansing melts before, because I used to do these Empties videos on live. But child, I am obsessed with these. And it's not because I've worked with Olay for many, many years now. They make a good product. And when they don't make a good product, I also be like, you know, like they make good body washes that feel really good, but a lot of them I can't take the scent. We'll talk about one where I love the scent. And then there's another one. It's a vitamin C body wash. Like vitamin C and shea butter body wash. I'll try to put it up here. That smelled amazing. I used that when I was in Cincinnati for the Cincy Fest with P&G. Obviously, Olay owns P&G. Now, let me talk to you about the cleansing melts. All right, so I feel like I warned you that this is like off the cuff, very casual, very informal video, because if you be like, oh, you talking too much about it. But anyway, these cleansing melts, they're little tiny, but it's water activated. So you stick it in your hand, you stick your hand underneath the water, and as it gets wet, it gets activated. You rub your hands together and you get enough. It's like it's a single use, but you know, you get a whole bunch of them in here. I feel like I'm not the best when it comes to environmentally friendly packaging, like knowing what's better than others, but it feels like it's better than a plastic bottle. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments. But I love these. My favorites are the hyaluronic acid and the retinol. They're both fragrance free. They feel really amazing on my skin. I also do love the vitamin C, but the vitamin C I can only wear when it's warmer out. The vitamin C does have fragrance in it, and I don't love the fragrance, but it's like, it goes by so quickly that it's like, it's no big deal, which is why I do prefer to just have the fragrance free ones. By the way, they just came out with these gentle ones, which are also fragrance free, but they also, if you look closely, do not have the dye written on there. So if you're someone that's sensitive to that, you might want to give these a try. But yeah, like as you can see, and I don't finish these all at the same time. Sometimes I save empties so that I have enough to talk about. But I can finish a pack of melts within a month because the pack that I have 32 in them. And I tend to wash my face twice a day. Once in the morning when I wake up, and then again in the evening. I might do a third wash, like I would do a third wash. Sometimes I wash my face 3 times a day, but that's only because, in the morning when I wake up, I'll, take a shower, wash my face. I'll go to the gym. When I come back from the gym, I'm going to shower, wash my face. And if I stay in the house, then, that's it for the evening with bathing and washing my face, unless something happens and I'm sweating a lot in the house or whatever. Or if I go outside and come back in the house, then I'm going to want to shower before I go to bed. And then, I'm washing my face again. But yeah, love those melts. So a pack of these I can go through in a month. But if I'm, it's like a busy month where I'm like in and out, and it's, summertime, I could probably use maybe 1.5 of these, maybe even 2 packs of these in a month. And they're not that expensive. I think I paid like, I don't remember how much I paid because I have them on Subscribe and Save on Amazon. But at any rate, moving along, also from Olay, this Olay Super Serum Body Wash. It comes in other varieties. I've only tried this one for normal skin. I believe they have one for dry skin. I would love to try the one for dry skin because I could just imagine how like super moisturizing that feels, because this one for normal skin is already really super moisturizing. I could use this in the winter when my skin gets really dry and a little itchy. I love the fragrance of this. It's like, it's got hints of vanilla and something else sweet. Maybe like vanilla, and I can't think of what else. At one point I knew what it was, but now I don't remember. But it's like vanilla and maybe like sweet almond, I feel like I'm smelling. It's nice. It's not like a full-on like gourmand. It feels like there's something else in here, maybe something floral, but the floral is not super florally because me and florals don't really see eye to eye unless they're mixed in with something else. But loved this, finished this, and it feels like it's thick like an in-shower lotion, right? Remember those in-shower lotions? I thought that was so genius back in the day until a couple of times I almost fell and bust my behind in the shower because it made the shower flow so slippery. It lathers a whole lot better than that. So it's like once you rinse it off, like you're good. Well, you should be good. Don't go sue me if you fall in the bathtub. But I haven't fallen and I'm the clumsiest person I know. So It's not as bad as that with the in-shower lotions, but you know, I put this on, it feels nice and creamy. Rinse it off, my skin feels good. And it does a couple of really good things for the skin, aside from it feeling good and smelling good. Niacinamide, BHA, collagen peptide, vitamin C, vitamin E. And if you're like, girl, what the heck is all of that? Niacinamide is something that's found in a lot of skincare products. It's amazing because it can do so many things for the skin. It helps with the skin's barrier, you know, to protect it and to repair the skin's barrier. It's great for oily skin. It's great for dry skin. It helps with discoloration. So those are all the things that niacinamide can do. And it even acts as an antioxidant, so it protects us from, you know, environmental damage, UV stressors, blah, blah, blah. BHA is salicylic acid. So salicylic acid is, I've been getting some comments here and there from people who think that acids mean that it's going to burn your skin. Acids could burn your skin, but we're talking about skincare acids. Skincare acids are formulated to be gentle, you know, on average, because, you know, if you overuse salicylic acid, glycolic acid, if you overuse these things, you know, you can wind up damaging your skin barrier. But acid in skincare doesn't mean that it's going to burn your skin. It's not like hydrochloric acid where, you know, like type of acid that's being thrown on people and it burns the skin. It's totally different. Anyway, salicylic acid works by going deep into the pore. It clears out the gunk that can cause acne, ingrown hairs, you know, that kind of stuff. And it does it gently, but you also don't want to overuse salicylic acid. Now, in a formula like this where it's got other gentle things in it, it shouldn't dry out your skin because, you know, everybody's skin different. All right, what else is in here? Collagen peptide. Collagen peptide, it can help with skin hydration. It can help with the elasticity of the skin. In a body wash and in an over-the-counter consumer product, you're not looking to go from like super saggy skin to all of a sudden firming up, but it can help, you know, with the condition and the look of the skin. Then of course, vitamin C helps to brighten, and vitamin E is an antioxidant. It's moisturizing, you know, yada yada, and all of that is up in here. Love this. Let me know if you have tried either the Olay Super Serum Body Wash or the Olay Cleansing Melts. And speaking of Olay, like you know, like again, like I said, it's not because I've worked with them for so long, and it kind of is because I've worked with them for so long because I like their products. And again, Olay has been on a roll when it comes to these products. This Olay Super Serum, like they have like a whole empire based on this super serum. This was the one that started it out. This has 5-in-1 skin benefits. So it hydrates, it helps to firm the skin, it gently exfoliates and brightens the skin, it helps with texture. I don't know if that was 5 things that I just said. But I love this. I'm on my second. No, this is more than my second bottle. I don't even know. I don't even remember how many of these I've emptied, but I've talked about this before on like lives when I would talk about my empties. But like I was saying, like this is the product that Olay sprung their super, you know, line off of. So you've got the Super Serum Body Wash, which I just told you I love. There's also the Super Cream SPF 30. Love that. I thought it was going to be too thick and creamy for the summertime, but I've been wearing it, and even on the hottest days, and it's been good because it kind of like has like a matte finish to it. So it's creamy, but it has a matte finish, so it's not like, you know, gonna leave you looking like a grease ball. Although you know, the way this weather been, like you get stuck in the subway for a little bit too long, you might look like a grease ball no matter what you got on. Then I finished out some Mighty Patch from Hero. I'm telling you, like this, my brain. So Hero Cosmetics, they make, you know, a bunch of different patch products. And I finished out these. Now I'm trying to remember, what did I have this year that, I don't know, I must have had some sort of like, I remember having issues where like, you know, I had like a little pimple popping up here and there. But I really had an issue to finish this out, and I can't remember what the issue was. But at any rate, pimple patches are amazing because they do so many things. So for one, it helps to give the pimple an environment where it can heal without, you know, things that would make it worse, like UV, bacteria, your dirty stinking hands. So it protects the pimple from that. It also low-key protects you from popping the pimple because it's like, it's covering it, so you're probably less susceptible to squeeze it, although I could see people squeezing their pimples and then trying to put a pimple patch on top of it, and it's like, don't pick the pimple, it's just gonna make it worse. And then people are like, well, whether I pick it or not, I'm still gonna get hyperpigmentation. That can be true, but you're still making it worse when you you pick, okay? So stop picking. I like a lot from Hero. They have these. They have the invisible ones that come in the blue packaging. They have micro dart ones that I like. They have some nose ones. The nose ones I don't use as often because I don't feel like my nose gets as congested as much as like maybe I'll get like a random pimple. But yeah, pimple patches. What's the other one? Zit Killer. Zit Killer has some pimple patches that I like. Zit Killer has these micro dart ones that I use when I have like the really indignant, big, dirty, stinking pimples that like are usually like cystic pimples. And those are extremely annoying, and thank goodness I only get them every once in a while, you know? All right, let me know if you are a Hero Cosmetics fan or if you use pimple patches, and if you do, let me know in the comments which ones that you use. I also have emptied this Tree Hut Vanilla Sugar Scrub, Shea Sugar Scrub. This smells freaking fantastic. Oh, I love this. And I love that the granules aren't super abrasive, so I could get a nice gentle exfoliation without like ripping my skin apart. I don't use this every day. Well, it depends, because sometimes I might like dip my hand in it, and because it's like it's granules and then whatever emollients are in here, it's like, you know, in that. So sometimes I dip my hand in and I'm not getting a lot of the scrub. I'm mostly getting like the soup part of the scrub, and sometimes I'll just kind of like put that all over my body just because I really love the smell of it. But love this. I tried a lot of Tree Hut scrubs. This one is definitely my favorite, but above this, I liked I think there was a candy cane one that came out like 2 or 3 Christmases ago, and I could not find it. I think they had a peppermint one, and the peppermint one was okay, but it wasn't the candy cane one, because the candy cane one was just so sugary sweet, and oh my God, I love that. And I hope they come out with it this year for the holidays. All right, another empty. This is the Dove Advanced Care Dry Spray. It's invisible. I've switched to spray deodorants, and I'm trying to remember which one of my friends. I want to assume it's my friend Gail who told me to try this, and like, I'm so glad I did, because before that, I was mostly a Dove stick deodorant person, but the Dove stick deodorant is freaking amazing, but it's so amazing that it would leave deodorant stains underneath my clothing, and in, you know, certain clothing, it leaves a stain and it's like hard to get out, and you know, yada yada. So she was like, try the dry spray, and I was hesitant at first because I'm like, I've tried spray deodorants before in the past and I felt like they weren't really, you know, they weren't really doing what they needed to do, but this is doing what needs to be done. This feels so good. Like, I'm dry, it covers well. I don't even have to go you know, overspraying. Like, I just get a good spray, well, not like that, but at least, you know, to spray underneath, and I'm good all day. And there have been days where I've been out where it feels like I'm in a pot of boiling hot pea soup outside, and my deodorant didn't fail me, so I love this. It has 72 hours of protection. There's no way I'm not gonna bathe in a 72-hour period unless I'm very ill or I just can't move. So I'm never gonna know whether this lives up to its 72-hour claim, but you know, that's that on that. Now, I have also, I never thought I would see the day that I would finish out a can of Elnett. Well, this can of Elnett. L'Oreal Elnett Hairspray is a cult classic. I remember reading beauty magazines back in the day where anybody who was like in the fashion industry or the beauty industry, and anytime they would go over to Paris for Fashion Week in Paris, they would request for people to bring back cans of Elnett because they didn't sell it here in the US. Then we finally got it, and I was like, why are these people going so hard for a hairspray? And you know, as black women, we don't typically, you know, kind of use like a holding spray. It depends on what hairstyle you have in, you know, yada, yada, yada. But man, when I tell you, the one that I first used was the one with the purple label, which I think was specifically for dry hair. That's also a good one. This one is extra strong hold, and it's unscented. This is amazing. I started using it way more, you know, with a weave in and wanting to keep the curls in my hair. This is like a lifesaver. I have a reel on my Instagram where I go through, you know, how I'm able to maintain my leave out with a weave and all that other stuff. And this is definitely one of the items that helps me to maintain. Now, I haven't really used this a ton. Like haven't used a ton of hairspray. Like when I have all my hair out and I do a silk press, I haven't really done the hairspray. I think at that point I would probably try the one that's made more for dry hair. But at any rate, this is amazing. It holds the hair up in humidity. Now, this type of hair, and I didn't even really, like I got my hair done yesterday and I had my hairstylist just, you know, pin curl it. I was like, girl, you ain't even gotta do nothing too crazy with the curls because I'm just going home to roll around. to go roll around anyway. And then I slept in the pin curls and I just took them out and just kind of went like this. So these aren't like fresh curls or anything. But this type of hair, when it gets humid, it will start to swell up. But what I love about it is that it swells up the same way that my natural hair, my leave out will swell up as well too. I don't know what kind of hair this is or where it's from. My hairstylist Tracy D sells it. I'll leave her information in the description box, so you can call us. I don't even know if she retails it or whatever, but I'll put her Instagram and you can inquire, and if you're in the New York area and you want to do a consultation with her or whatever, it'll be there in the description box. But I love this hair because it makes it so easy to blend with my leave out and all that other stuff. As it gets humid, the curls will stay, but an instance where this was like holding on for dear life is when it's really, really humid and I'm also like moving around a lot. So like when I think I was at an outdoor, did I have this hair in? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had this hair in when I went to an outdoor concert. I went to go see Kes the Band at in Central Park, and that was an instance where it was humid, hot, and I'm sweating. So the curls, they didn't look, as bouncy and fresh. Not that these are fresh, but the hairstyle still looked good. Like I still had a hairstyle. I still look good, and that was thanks to this Elnett spray. So anyway, those are the empties that I have used thus far. Right now I'm gonna draw your attention to, I just recently did a video on dupes from Five Below, so if you haven't checked it out, I'm gonna link that here. People really like that video, so maybe we'll do more like that, but I'm not quite sure what it is people liked about that video. Was it that they were dupes? Was it the format of the video? Was it that you were learning about products? I don't know, you let me know. Check it out here. However, if you're looking for more like streamlined, edited, boom, 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 boom kind of video when it comes to clearing your dark spots, check out this video here, because I don't always, sit here and ramble like this. Usually I streamline it. And if you're looking for that, you can find that here. Either one you click on, I'll see you there.